Okay. Hi, everyone. Holy shit. I just tried to do this shit on Rumble and there was a 5-second delay and it kept repeating what I was saying, which was like really, really creepy, but also cool because I've always wanted somebody to just repeat the things that I say, kind of like I do in my head. And so it was very, very schizophrenic. So, um, I'm really trying to get used to this live stream thing, because the last time that I did one, I I did a live stream for 2.5 hours, and it was horrible, and I cried for 20 minutes after it was over. Just to let you know. You see, that person tuned in and they tuned out. They were like, "Fuck that bitch, fuck that bitch. This is annoying." And so you got to get used to the immediate rejection, which you think I would already be used to that, but I guess when you see that in the real time, it's just really, really sad. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to I'm trying to get used to this. I'm trying to get used to this, and obviously the lighting is not very good. Um, but I think that being in my car for whatever reason is a much better setup than me being in my house, because this is like my element. For whatever reason, being in my car just makes me feel real comfortable. Um, Cheers. Guess who's drinking coffee again? I'm trying real hard not to not be compulsive about it, so I have to pray extra. I know you guys in the vortex, some of you don't believe in God. That's fine. We don't give a fuck. Okay? Um, we're not trying to convince anybody of anything. Okay? I feel like if you believe whatever you believe, it doesn't matter what other people don't believe, you know? And that's the problem with so many people in this stupid ass fucking shithole of a country. You know, people just think that smoke weed every day. Oh, yeah, so if you believe in something, then who gives a fuck what other people don't believe in? Okay? Just like if I don't believe in something, I don't care that you do. It makes no fucking difference to me. And the fact that people take that shit so seriously is a testament as to why, in my humble opinion, that they're wrong. Okay? Because it shouldn't matter. I am very aware of how I come across. That being said, I have holy water. Anyway, you guys, yeah. So I just attempted to do this on Rumble, and it was very funny because I wasn't very good at it, and I'm trying to do this on Twitch, and so I'm trying to get a feel for it before I do it on some other platform that is mainly a live stream platform. And if I really want to make it as an artist or whatever the fuck we do, then um, I have to get accustomed to it. So anyway, you guys, I just did this poster. It says vibes don't lie. True. If you ever get a bad vibe from somebody, you should listen to that instinct that you have. because if you don't listen to it, you're going to hate yourself. And I wish that people cared about, themselves more. If they valued themselves more, they would actually pay attention to their experience and not be so concerned about what people think. Because not to say that it doesn't matter, like what people say about you or whatever. Like, if you care about them, it should matter. You should listen to what they have to say. I'm not saying just ignore things that are bad. That's not good. That's not a positive outlook. But I don't want you guys to think that I don't give a fuck. I do give a fuck, but it's a very teeny tiny microscopic fuck. Okay? And if I gave any larger of a fuck, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing. Okay? And so if I seem like a narcissist, it's because I have confidence and you're jealous of that. Okay? And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you are so afraid to face yourself and to do some rigorous, I don't want to say self-help because I really don't like that. George Carlin, long ass time ago, he said, self-help isn't help. Like, what did he say? That's not self-help, that's help. Yeah, exactly. If you have, we know he was working for people too, but whatever. He was definitely in that big ass club that he talked about. That's why he didn't die as quickly as Bill Hicks, okay, and Sam Kinison. Unfortunately, I wish a lot of these comedians would get killed. Like, there are so many fucking shit ass comedians right now. I wish they would all get murdered, and it would be a blessing. It would be such a fucking blessing, dude. I would root for that. I'm not a Mason. I'm not a Mason's bad. Okay. I know I have this tattoo. Speaking of this tattoo, I guess who went to a fucking AA meeting last night? Isn't that crazy? It's crazy. I'm having major boundary issues. That's my cat. Oh, you better not. You better not, bitch. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of here. You're gonna do that shit. Fuck you. Okay. Anyway. She's a cat, that's what they do, but not in this fucking car. This car is already a fucking wreck because of me. I'm not going to allow it to be even worse because I'm a crazy cat lady, okay? But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, boundaries. Yeah, so I ended up going to a meeting last night because I'm just having boundary issues. And, I worked the 12 steps a long ass time ago. And I just recently quit drugs. Still drinking coffee, though. Caffeine's a drug. But I love coffee, though. I actually love coffee. It's not about the caffeine because I could just drink decaf. But, I don't really want to drink decaf. What's the point in drinking decaf? You're kind of a pussy if you drink decaf. Though it would be better for my mental illness if I were to just avoid caffeine. But that's really the only time that I do caffeine. I don't fuck with Red Bull or Monster or any of these other satanic beverages, okay? I don't. Mainly because they taste like shit. But when I was going to meetings every day, back in my early 20s, when I was going to meetings every day, I would drink those big-ass Red Bull cans. I would drink like 4 of those. Okay, what is this person saying? Hey, smoke weed every day. Okay. The biggest problem with people is that they are fearful and therefore create their own delusion. They get very angry when you confront their delusion. Also, Trump promised cheaper crap. Now everything is more expensive. Yeah, he's a liar, honey. Bill Wilson was doing LSD in his follow chapter. Yeah. Bill Wilson, he was performing seances at his house. I tried to tell some recovering alcoholics that they did not like that. They did not like that at all. But here's the thing, I don't know if you want to say, oh, it's a delusion, like God's a delusion, Christianity is a delusion. I think that Jesus Christ is the best example of God because it's a sacrifice. Anytime you love something, it's a sacrifice. So, I hate the world. I hate the world with a fire and brimstone passion, but I want it to improve, which is why I make this art that's not very good. Okay, but it's the most it's the most and the least that I can do because I feel like I can't really be there for people, which is why I went to the meeting last night because I feel like there are people in my life that expect me to be something that I'm not capable of. And I think one of the reasons why I do cling to this cult is because um, they accept the fact that I'm a loner. They accept the fact that I'm like essentially a nun. I'm like a nun without the costume and like the commitment to all of that. I don't think that you have to be conventional and boring and stupid and retarded in order to be religious. I think that like a lot of those people are, for sure. Like any criticism that people have of Christianity, I totally get it. But at the same time, like I have a completely different view of it. It's a very unconventional view of Christianity. And it's more related to me and my own personal experience than it has anything to do with like history and all that shit. I think that all the stuff that they tell us, especially in regards to the book of Revelations, I think the whole purpose of the book of Revelations is to control people through like what the elites continue to do, as we've seen with Netanyahu. Okay, so they're continuing to further this delusion that the world's ending. They're trying to bring about the end of the world, all that shit. It's not going to happen. I wish it would, damn it. I wish it would. But yeah, so it's unfortunate that people don't understand that. And so a lot of these Christians, a lot of these Jews, a lot of these Islamic people, they get confused because of what they read in their holy text, and they don't understand that the whole purpose of it is to control. Okay? So what Carlin said about religion being used to control people, that's right. But they use everything to control people. Okay? The difference is if you're a conscious person, you can see that. You can see straight through that. And so like when I read the Bible, I actually get something out of it for personal reasons. It's not so I can control other people. But anyway, what was this person saying? Would Jesus occasionally smoke marijuana if he was occasionally? He'd smoke it all the time, but probably not this crap. Jesus would be complaining because Monsanto took over that fucking industry, dude. Because Jesus is God, so he's aware. He's aware of all that shit. He'd be like, no, fuck this weed. Okay, so Ziggy Marley, he spoke out against the weed. He spoke out against the weed that's being pushed. Because it's fucking dangerous, dude. It's putting people in a state of psychosis. And if you don't know what psychosis is, then you're totally fucking fucked, dude. I mean, people don't understand that what schizophrenia is. It's just like the voices of the world get louder and louder and louder and louder. And so I went to see Julie. Who the hell is that? Is that one of his sons? He has like 8 or 9 kids, doesn't he? Well, here's the thing though, man. Like, I don't have an issue with people using weed. I smell it all the damn time. I work at a restaurant, it's a constant thing. It's a constant thing that I smell, but it's that nasty ass vape pen. It's that chemical crap that's not even real weed. You can't get real weed no more because real weed has fucking seeds in it. Okay, none of this shit that you can find now has seeds in it. So if that's the case, then you can't even grow it yourself. They're trying to prevent people from being able to be like self-sufficient, and so they're fucking with the food. I mean, I'm sure you've noticed that the sun is completely out of control. I don't know what they're doing to it. It's kind of weird because the people that run the world worship the sun. So I don't know how they can get out and worship this shit. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Bob Marley had a lot of sex, okay? With Rita. I think that's so cool that he stayed married to her and they had a really great marriage, and that's awesome. You know? Doing good for the black community, Bob Marley. I wish that more of them were better examples of their race. But whatever. Bob Marley is a great example of his race and what they're able to accomplish. But yeah, let's say some more seemingly racist shit. Dude, I'm trying to branch out. I'm trying to do more stuff that I don't want to do on the internet. It's already like bad enough that I'm a YouTuber, I'm a vlogger, but people told me to vlog since I was 18, 19 something. But I didn't feel like I could do it because I didn't know who I was back then, you know? If you don't know who you are, I mean, you're probably a lot more likely to be obsessed with the internet, you know? I know who the fuck I am, which is why I don't need this shit. I don't need you motherfuckers. You know? I really don't. I mean, I appreciate you, but I don't need you. And I think I think that's why what I do is pretty appealing, because it's not like for validation, you know? Do we ever know who we are? Sometimes. I mean, yeah, I think so. And then, but it changes though. I think if you know who you are, you know that you're susceptible to change. That's what's cool about it. That's what's cool about having self-awareness, is that you can't stop changing, you know? But you if you don't know who you are, you're probably just constantly struggling with the things of your past that you can't confront. And if you can't confront your past, then how can you be a better version of yourself in the future? You know? It's like all we have is today. That's another reason. I know you think I'm in a cult. I can understand why people think that. Yes, it is. Stream of consciousness all the way. Piss stream of consciousness. If only I was drunk, then that would be literally true. But yeah, something that the orthodoxy focuses on. Evangelicals don't focus on this at all, okay? But the orthodoxy focuses on the here and now. And so they never talk about revelation or any of that shit. They always just talk about how like we need to focus on the present moment and God's inside of us. And like I said, like I don't care what people believe in or don't believe in, but it's like there's a lot of truth to spiritual things, I think. And the fact that people turn away from that is, I think, in my opinion, why people are not like they're so lost, you know? They're just running around in circles with their fucking phone in their hand. And they're so depressed and anxious all the time. And they're so susceptible to what's happening in the world, like just being pulled in all these different directions. Ain't none of them good. And so, yeah, I don't, what's their religion in Japan? In Buddhism? I don't know much of that. Oh, okay, cool. I was right. Holy shit! That's weird. I feel so ignorant about other parts of the world. But yeah, Buddhists are pretty cool. I like Buddhists a lot. If I wasn't a Christian, I'd probably be a Buddhist. They're very humble. Um, I'm jealous. I'm jealous that you went over there, man. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I bet things are a lot chiller over there. I hear they're very strict about who they let in the country. I mean, that just shows you right here, like America is falling apart for a reason. You know, as we let in. I mean, and I'm not anti-immigrant, by the way. I mean, my mom's an immigrant. My best friend's an immigrant from Israel. Okay, and plenty of people I work with are immigrants. Obviously, I work in kitchens. Okay, but it's a problem, man. It's a problem. You let all these people just come flooding into the country. Like, what the fuck do you think is going to happen? And I don't think that like we really have a culture though here in America. I wish that we did. I wish that we were known for things other than fucking baseball and hot dogs. But it just seems like we don't really have that much to offer. And so it sucks though because I hear about this. Y'all know about the white community that they made some white community out in like I think it's like the Ozark Mountains or some shit like that down in the south. I'm very suspicious of it because there are a bunch of feds down there. So I think it's a psych op. I think it's a Freemason thing. But there's a bunch of people saying, oh, it's so racist because they don't allow other races. It's mainly white people saying that. Like other races don't give a shit. Black people don't care. The white people want to go out in the middle of the country and do their own thing. They really don't care because they don't want to do that. But of course it offends white people. White liberals that are so well-meaning. They have such good intentions. That's why they allow themselves to be pharmaceutical guinea pigs. Hmm. It is a slave planet everywhere. Very much so. Yeah, I think that everybody likes to complain about, wherever we are. Like they're not okay with just whatever we have. We want to complain about what we don't have, but it's up to us. It's up to us to try to make the most of what we have. And I think that that's a major existential problem. Okay. And so that's why I'm religious, but also that's why I make music that a lot of people don't like. I don't care because it does something for me, you know? And I do posters that a lot of people don't like. They like some of them. So the same things happen on my Instagram, that happens on my YouTube, that happens on my Rumble. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. A lot of people do not respect. Yeah, respect is a huge thing. Like it doesn't matter. You don't have to like it. You just respect it. Like, yeah, you can have that. You can have that. I'll let you have that. But yeah, like this one, I did this poster. Women will always be followers. A lot of people don't understand that. Because they think that women can be leaders. Yes, Kamala Harris can demonically laugh. That's really all the bitch has to offer, okay? And I'm pretty sure she's some kind of robot now. I'm pretty sure they Stepford wiped her ass, okay? But yeah, like I can't see women being successful at that. If you say that, if you talk truth about women and our nature and the way that we naturally are, people get very upset, even though it's blatantly obvious. If you look at the state of women, and this is not just women in America, this is women everywhere. They are fucking followers. They do what they are told to do. It makes sense. If there is a good, stable man, that she listens to him and she follows his direction. Okay? Last night, I went out to dinner with a bunch of recovering drunks, and there was a man that bought me a pizza. Okay? And he asked me, "What do you want?" And I said, "You tell me. You tell me." Okay? I will eat whatever you want to feed me. Okay? I am an ideal woman in certain regards, but in other regards, I'm the worst woman in the world because I don't like. It's weird. I understand the role of women, but at the same time, I know that I can't succeed at that. So in certain situations, I can totally be that woman that a man will go, "Oh wow, she's my dream girl." Only for a minute, honey. Okay, only for a minute. Cause yeah, like you can tell me what to eat and I'll fucking eat it. And you can tell me I like that dress on you. I'd rather you wear that dress and that pair of pants, and I have no problem with that. But at the same time, like I'm a very independent person. That's not independent woman. That's no fucking Beyonce shit. Okay, that's me being mentally ill and wanting to go off into the woods and not be told what to do by anybody. It's not about fucking feminism. I hate feminism with a passion. I hate feminism. Okay. That being said, not all of them suck. Some of them make some kind of sense, but most of them are fucking trash. But yeah, women will always be followers. If a woman happens to be good at leading, it's because she's fucking weird. Okay, she was probably molested. Okay, let's not rah over that. I won't be playing your music. Why would anybody play my music loud, sweetheart? Why? Why would anybody do that? That's silly. I mean, it is punk. Like, I would blast the Clash, but the Clash could actually play their instruments. Okay? Yes, so true. Any observation about women, people get very upset. Yes, women, when I say, yeah, women shouldn't have rights, I don't mean that, like, oh, well, women shouldn't be treated right. The problem is that women don't know what's best for us, and we need a man to lead. Now, unfortunately, right now, men aren't very good at that either. Wait, who is this? Yeah, it's true. Nobody's having sex. Are you saying you're sub? What? What does that mean, sub? I don't get what that means. You have to explain what that means. Is that a woman talking to me? Holy shit. Hello, vagina person. Oh. No, I mean, in certain regards, but in other regards, no. I'm a switch. but way more dom than sub, if you want to go with the, what do you call it? The, what do you call it when you, you know what I'm trying to say? The, terms. Dom, sub. Yeah, like the problem with me and men is that every time I'm in a relationship with a man, I want to be submissive, but he's not. Like he's there. You don't have dominant men anymore. You don't. And the thing is, I am. I mean, it's terrible. It's because of the culture too. I was actually talking to this dude at church. I talked to this guy for like 6 hours. It's like like an extended therapy session. Okay, and I like this guy. Like he's cool, but you know, I basically called him a faggot. Cause he's like, yeah, I know that I'm more feminine or whatever. I'm like, honey, like all these guys, it's like they might as well be gay. They might as well be gay. And I'm not saying that to be mean. Okay, that's a cultural shift. Okay? I believe that ever since 1973, and regardless of your opinion on abortion, I get in arguments with people all across the board about abortion because I'm a very open-minded kind of person, and I'm always looking for the alternative angle to things that people don't want to see. Because if you really want to make a case for or against something, you have to be uncomfortable and you have to be prepared to make people mad. Okay, you have to be prepared to make people mad, and you also have to be prepared to be humbled. Okay, and so I'm adopted too, so I always use that as ammo. But anyway, what was I saying? I totally forgot. I totally forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, 1973. When abortion was legal, they're just basically saying they're changing the dynamic of the relationship between men and women. Okay, so after that, I think that men have a much harder time like keeping a woman in line, because of women are like, oh, I can do whatever I want with my body, my choice. If they can do that, then men don't really have a say anymore. And then you see, oh, it's no fault divorce skyrocket, and it's like that's terrible for the children. It's like there are so many things that are falling apart because women. So, but yeah, I think they're just being used. We're just pawns. We're pawns because we're gullible. No, we're so gullible. We just believe whatever we're told about ourselves. That's what's crazy about it. And that's why I'm totally opposed to psychiatric medication, because you're being told what you are. And if you're told what you are in relation to like anxiety and depression and all that shit, oh, I just have this disorder. I have this disorder. Well, thank you, Shrink-a-Dink. Thank you for talking to me for 7 minutes and analyzing my brain condition and then throwing pills at me to deal with the symptoms of this supposed brain condition. So, yeah, you got so many women that fall for that shit. And if you do, I don't mean to step on your toes, okay, because I do think that you're a victim of the system that's exploiting you. But it's up to you to figure out what you're dealing with. It's up to you to pay attention to your experience. It's up to you to pay attention to like how your brain works. And if you don't, like, you will be exploited. It's as simple as that. So anyway, it's sad though. It's sad to me that people don't mind being exploited. And so do you think this conversation is good? Do you think that it's interesting? Do you think that the Twitch people will like it? Do you think they'll pay me money? That'd be cool if they paid me money. And it's not because I really want to make money. That would be really funny if I ended up getting rich doing this shit. But if I did, you best believe I would put a lot of that money into, well, probably my church, as much as people might disagree with that. My parish, though. My fucking parish. No, nothing else. People need to invest in their own community. They don't need to invest in like these higher ups. I don't know why people give money to like the Democrat Party or the Republican Party. And don't give money to the Republican Party, or you can. They already have money. Like, that's why we're in this fucking mess, dude. Oh, good. Did I just offend a Republican? Bye. I don't fuck with politics. Politics is shit. What does that say? Message retracted. Oh no, they deleted it. They deleted the message because it was offensive, or maybe they were worried about my reaction to the message. I don't know. Do you guys think I should play music? Somebody's gonna get mad that I'm playing music. That'd be funny if like everybody left after I started playing keys. But yeah, I want to play keys because it helps. That's why people make art, because it helps them. And yeah, it is a contribution to the world. It's a contribution that a lot of people don't see as such. Yeah, they left. They left. They left. They left. No, but I do think that these, what do you call it? No! Come back! These rants that I do are pretty good. But, no! There we go. That's better. Sometimes I wish that I didn't have this, but I can't not have it. Sometimes I wish that I was different, but that's silly, ain't it? I can't believe I've been off drugs. It's been over 2 weeks. It's crazy when you think about a habit and how much of your life revolves around it. And then suddenly you just stop doing it. I wish that I wasn't so self-destructive. I wish that I could just smoke a joint and be productive. I used to do that all the time. I used to work my ass off and be high. And then they started spiking the weed. And I cry whenever I listen to the Grateful Dead, and I wish that it was the way that it used to be. But we got this shit instead. How many people can be misled at the same time before they realize that they're being led to the slaughterhouse and they don't realize they're sheep? Wish didn't have to be this way. Wish didn't have to be this way. Wish didn't have to be this way. Wish didn't have to be this way, but it's better to just accept that this is what we have left and try to do the most that we can do with it. Do you agree or disagree? It is so hot in this fucking car, you guys. But I feel way more comfortable in here than anywhere else. So that's why I shoot these videos and sweat. And sweat. And sweat. That's true, though. That's true. It's really hot in this car. We're smoking the fucking weed. And I have boundary issues. You guys have boundary issues? Okay, let's talk about that. Boundary issues. I wish I could tell you the things that I feel, but I know that you'll hate me. And I guess that's why I do this channel. It's kind of like a journal. And you know, a journal is a journal for a reason. Say a lot of things that maybe you don't mean, but you say them, cause you gotta say them. And if I had known that everything I say, or everything that I do or don't do, you're gonna eventually use as ammo, I would have had anything to do with you. I wish that it could be different. But I'm sure that a lot of people think that about a lot of things in different circumstances. I can't stand these eggshell people. I can't stand these motherfuckers that take it so personally. Cause I would never say anything purposely to be mean. Anytime I say something that hits a nerve, and I ask you about that nerve, and you get even more upset, I'm not doing it out of spite. I'm not doing it. To make you feel bad about yourself. I want you to make it right. And that's the problem. If you give anybody actual criticism, they take it the totally wrong way. Accuse you of trying to say something for the purpose of hurting them. But the difference between me and you, I don't use my words as a weapon, it's just what they do unexpectedly. And I guess that's why I do comedy, cause I found so many without even trying. Eggshell people. You know what I'm talking about, right? These fucking eggshell people. Like, you can't say certain things without worrying that you're going to set them off and they're going to explode on you and take it the wrong way and then hold it against you. So people that they don't tell you how they feel at the time so they can use it as ammo against you later and then act like you're supposed to know. You're supposed to know how they've been feeling this whole time. You know, like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The audacity to expect so much of me too soon that I'm supposed to know anything at all. And I'm so sorry that I made you feel so small. That was not my intention at all. That being said, I'd rather have you hate me instead of this sickening feeling that I get every time I hear that tone of condescension. I'd rather be all alone. Is everybody a narcissist? I know that word gets thrown around a little too loosely. But at the same time, would you look at our supposed reality? Everybody subjects themselves to things that make them blue. Everybody subjects themselves to things that make it harder for us to have a conversation. For us to take accountability of the things that we do wrong. So it's easier to point the finger. Rather than to address things head on. Like I said, I wish it could be different. I wish that people could just acknowledge their feelings, but if they did that, then they would have to manage their humanity in a way that made some sense. And you know, people aren't about sense anymore. They're just not. They're just not. Emotional sense? Are you kidding? That's not a thing. That's not a thing. Well, see, emotional sense, that's balancing the masculine with the feminine. That'll never fucking happen in this country. Because masculinity and femininity have been subverted and corrupted, and those two natural things are no more. Now we have this modern bullshit. I want to change the chord. Don't like it. And I'm not gonna be nostalgic. It's a trick, 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 it's a trick. They want you to be stuck in the past of things you wish you had, but you can't fool me with that shit. Every time I listen to a Replacements album, I get sad. 'Cause I wasn't born back then. Every time I listen to a jazz record, I get sad. 'Cause I didn't smoke that weed. It's true. They had the best weed back then. They did. They totally did. Oh my goodness. I get really sad though, real nostalgic. But at the same time, I know the futility of nostalgia. But I can experience the joy of these cultures and these time frames without having to be there. You know, I can just listen to the music and feel that, and it's awesome. And I wish that more people understood the value of that. You know, like just how awesome music is, and like they can just listen to music and just be somewhere else, and that is such a gift. You know, a lot of people don't understand that. Why do you still think I have this massive collection of CDs? It's because like it's therapy. It's very therapeutic for me. So I listen to that stuff and I feel so much better because I don't have to be in this shit reality that we're living in right now. Because when I listen to music, I go somewhere else inside my head, and this little movie plays. This little movie that I create, and it's not something that's being created for me. So you got all these mass consumers. You got all these gloom and doomers. These people that just want to obsess about, you know, what they think is going on, what they think is happening in our society right now, and gloom and doom, baby, gloom and doom. And it's like, thank you, one person, for sticking around. You don't have to stay if this gets boring. Sometimes I go on way too long. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel obligated, son. I don't want anybody to pretend they like me. If you don't like me, you can say so, or you could just go. I don't know why people stick around if they don't have to. I'm not trying to encourage you to leave, I'm just saying. This is a lot better than the last stream that I did because I was like internalizing everything that was happening in the last stream. But I also talked for like 2.5 hours. It's fucking nuts, dude. I think I could do this on Twitch though. I'm trying to get somewhere with this. I think I've felt like if I try to push this any harder, I'm gonna sell out. If I try any harder to do better and get bigger or whatever, and not that this would get big, but I think it's pretty interesting. It's a lot more interesting than a lot of shit I've seen on the internet, and I'm not saying that to toot my own horn, because like I've said, it's a siren, it's a siren, it's a siren. That most people don't feel like listening to. I don't blame them one bit, but the ones that do, congratulations. You have a strong stomach. But I know that whatever it is, it's gonna attract certain people, and those people are my people. So what's wrong with trying to do something with that, you know? I think my paranoia gets in my way. And my absolute unbridled hatred of this world gets in my way more times than not. I don't want to get in my way, all because of my ego. I don't want to get in my way, all because of things that I think I know about what's gonna happen, about what hasn't happened, but I'm so convinced that it will eventually happen. I don't want delusion to get in my way. Self-awareness is a curse. Self-awareness is a curse. Self-awareness is a curse, but it won't get worse. I mean, how can self-awareness get worse? If you know how to channel it correctly, you can do so much with it. But they'll never tell you that on the TV. Why would they advertise that on a commercial? All of the products that they sell you, they tell you, are gonna be so good for you. They wouldn't be able to convince you if you had self-awareness. You go, that shit ain't gonna work. You know what'll work? Me paying attention to my body, me paying attention to my experience. That would be way better than me buying that shit product. And maybe that shit product will work for 3 days to a week, but then eventually that excitement will wear off, and then it'll be back to crazy old me, you know? You know, like when you dye your hair, or maybe you get a tattoo, or you have sex with somebody new, and you think to yourself, oh wow, this is fun, this is exciting. And then that excitement gets old. And you don't feel so bold making that mistake. It's amazing how mistakes will make you feel so alive. They do that. That's how I felt when I was an alcoholic. And every time that I lit a cigarette, there was a distance this long. This long, okay? So this is me, and this is my problem, okay? Whatever it is, and that cigarette starts to go out. Oh, time to light another one. Okay. Yeah, I feel so much more comfortable in this car. But I guess I could live stream making my guacamole, or I could live stream chopping jalapenos, or I could live stream drinking my kefir, or I could live stream sitting outside my porch. I don't have a porch. What are you talking about? The stool, the stoop, sitting outside of my stoop and drinking my O'Doul's. A new world's beginning and it's freaking everyone out. But it's the age of Aquarius. It's all about rebirth, it's all about rebirth, it's all about rebirth. So think about the things that are important to you and why they're worth what they're worth. And cling to on with dear life because it's all you got in this life. So I love that key. Man, I've been talking for an hour. Something like an hour. Holy shit. I need to go to bed so I can go to church in the morning. But it's so hard for me to do things that I know I should do. Like go to bed in a timely fashion. I'm naturally nocturnal. I don't want to fight the things that I am, so I could be what you want me to be. Even if you would pretend to be happy in the moment, you won't be satisfied overall. That's the problem with people pleasing. Anyone that tries to do something for someone for the purpose of shutting them up. And you will surely get accused of not giving a fuck, not giving a fuck. But they're just jealous of that. They're jealous of your authentic self that knows how to walk away. They're jealous of your authentic self that knows how to say no. Hi. Yeah, you know, you say no, you know how to let go of what people think. And that's not to say that you don't care what people think. That just means that you don't care enough to change your behavior. And of course, that's going to make people jealous to see you as their savior. Nobody should think you that way or put you on that high of a pedestal. I'm not what anybody thinks of me. I'm really not. I mean, I'm not even what I think of me. But I would say that my idea of me is probably a lot better than other people's idea of me. And I'm not just saying that because I'm egotistical. I'm saying that because I know me, I know me, I know me, I know me. Do you know you? As well as I do. I mean, the audacity of somebody to think that they know who you are better than you know yourself. Man, oh man, does that piss me all the way off. But whatever, man. Whatever. I do get really aggravated by that assumption. But at the same time, this is America, and most people in this country do not have self-awareness. And they don't want to be better people, you know? Like, I'm trying to be on time for work. I'm trying to be on time for church. I'm trying to, like, work on this shit. At the same time, if I feel like somebody's overstepping their boundaries and they're crossing lines and all that shit, I don't want to put up with that. I don't have to put up with that, you know? And if that's the case, then yeah, I'm not going to try harder for you. I'm not going to, like, do what you want me to because you don't deserve it. I'm just saying. You don't deserve it. I do wish you the best. I'll always pray for your best. But I can't expect you to not have regret when you think of me. And wish it didn't have to be this way, but I could not say anything to change your mind. So, you know, when people want to paint you in a certain way, you just gotta let them do it. It doesn't matter how they want to see you if you see you in an accurate way. 'Cause you know yourself, you know? If you have self-awareness, there's nothing that anyone can say to you to take it away. Isn't that a beautiful thing? I think that's a beautiful thing. Narcissists will never get it because they don't have self-awareness and they don't have empathy and they don't have compassion and they definitely don't have humility. So whatever. Whatever ammo they have against you, it's only blanks, it's only blanks, It's only blanks. And I wish I could take your gun away, but you're gonna insist that you need it. You know? The thing is, though, they're only hurting themselves. When they do that shit, they're only hurting themselves because they're exposing themselves, too. They're showing you who they are when they react a certain way and they talk to you a certain way in that condescending tone. You know what I'm talking about? Whatever ammo they have against you, it's only. Yes. I don't know what the fuck I just said, honey. I never know, dude. That's the beauty and that's the horror of this. Okay? Is that I don't know what I'm playing. Okay, so basically when I do this, and for those of you that don't know, I will explain once again. I use this Canon camcorder, you know, and I shoot videos on it. Okay? I shoot videos on it, and then I upload them onto the computer, and then I analyze everything I do, and then I put it on YouTube and Rumble, all for people to shit on it. But not y'all, though. Y'all just love it, don't you? Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Appreciate it. I'm cool with criticism. I fucking love criticism. I love it when people are just brutally honest with me. They're like, this is fucking crap. Like, you know, that's fine. That's fine. You're allowed at the table too, man. You're allowed to hate this entree. Okay? You're allowed to tell me that it's fucking poison. That's cool too. You should try making an entree. Anyway, thank you. Appreciate it. Well, I think a lot of people aren't really philosophical, you know, and a lot of the stuff that you philosophize about, philosophize, is that the right word? That's not a word, but I just made it a word. The stuff that people talk about in relation to philosophy, it's not positive, you know, and that's why, you know, we were talking about this earlier about women. You know, if you have any actual criticism for women and the way that they behave, and it's because you want them to do well, it's because you want them to prosper. And I don't mean that like I want you to be a traditional housewife and have dinner ready for your husband at 6 o'clock at nighttime and do this and that. And, you know, that's not what my goal is. My goal is to just live up to your full potential, whatever the fuck that is. And that is only up to you to figure that out, right? But I think that a lot of people are real confused. They're real confused about what's good for them, and they're real confused about what they want. And I know that this world is real shit right now, so it's hard for people to know. It's that direction is extremely difficult for people. Where was I going with that? Philosophy. Yeah. So if it's negative, people tend to run away from it because it's a mirror, you know, and it's not a fun thing to realize certain things about yourself, and especially about people that you care about or people that like if the criticism applies to yourself or somebody that you know, you run away like a little pansy, you know, and that's just the case for a lot of people, and that's why my channel can't grow very very much, because people don't want to see that. See, two people just left because I said that. Tell myself that. Anyway, yeah, it sucks because yeah, you can't make people grow as people. You can't force people to change and realize things about themselves, you know? Yeah, it is. It's very true. I don't know. I've never had that problem. I seem to have the opposite problem. That's not to say I don't have any problems, but I have the opposite problem of the rest of society where I just have the tendency to overanalyze everything and obsess about all the shit I do wrong. And I mean, people can change if they want to change. If they're open to criticism, they can change. If they're not open to criticism, they can't change. That's simple. Simple shit. Um, Now things change people for sure, but if they're not aware of what's happening in their brain, if they're not aware, I mean, look at all the phone situation. Why do you think I go off about that? The phones aren't the problem. The problem is that people don't have self awareness. So if you don't have self awareness, like yeah, it's going to be an issue. Like anything you put in your hand, anything you stare at, anything you put in your body, anything that you absorb into your brain, like yeah, it's going to be a problem because you're not realizing how that's affecting you. Um, so yeah, that's a huge problem with like a lot of people in society. And I don't know, I've just always been hyper conscious of that shit to the point that I can't really enjoy much of anything. That's why I love marijuana so much because marijuana allowed me to enjoy being self aware, you know, so I didn't just self flagellate all the damn time. Um, until it made me totally psychotic. But anyway. That's awesome. What's awesome? Marijuana? Marijuana or being self aware? Yeah, lol. LOL. Yeah, I don't fuck with weed anymore. I don't. I just quit. I just quit. I'm giving all my edibles away. I don't fuck with it anymore. You can fuck with it though. I don't care. Like I'm not trying to get people clean or nothing, but it's like it's just I feel like I've been doing this shit for 20 something years. It's just time to stop. I was hallucinating at work too, so that's another reason. I was like, it's time to stop this, like, because I'm just worried it'll be more of a thing if I don't. I think it was stress that caused me to hallucinate. I don't think it's because of weed, but um, I think that I have a proclivity to hallucinating. So that's why I'm like, oh, it would probably be best if I just avoid this from now on, considering the fact that this plant is exponentially stronger than it was when I started smoking it when I was 16. You know, so I miss it all the time, though. I really miss smoking it. I just miss smoking in general. That's why I do the toothpick. You know, I'm not the same person that I was a long time ago, so it's not going to be the same experience for obvious reasons. Now it took a long time for me to realize that and accept it, move on with my life. You know, a lot of people, they want to stay and fantasize without realizing that. Yes. Well, drugs, I mean, how could they not infantilize you, though? You know, I heard somewhere, I think it was an NA meeting, I heard that, yeah, whenever you start doing something, you stay the age that you were when you started. And I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I do act like I'm still in high school. I mean, I work some shitty job at a burger joint, and there are a bunch of people I work with that are that age. Um, and you know, I still stay up pretty late, and I'm gonna make art though. It's like I'm kind of living the dream, you know. I'm living the crazy cat lady schizo artist dream of just, making stuff and working. I work a lot, I have a full-time job. Then, this channel, this is like a 60-hour a week job. I mean, just considering like how much content I put up on a regular basis. Um, I'm not trying to brag about it or anything, but I know that I work my ass off. So I see myself working my ass off. So if anybody wants to say, well, you don't care about things and you're a slacker or you're a stoner or whatever, it's like, fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Because, like, yeah. Do you vlog? Do you vlog every fucking day and put all this shit on YouTube? And you do fucking jokes at a fucking comedy venue and all for people not pay any attention to it? Oh shit. It says my battery's running low.